It is time for hardcore weather for this Tuesday, September 23rd, 2008. Hi, everyone. I'm Eyewitness News 5 Chief Meteorologist Rick Mitchell. Looking out my window there, it looks like another beautiful start to the day across Oklahoma. Lots of sunshine. However, it does appear that there will be at least a chance for a thunderstorm slipping into northwestern Oklahoma. Coming up, I'll explain why that will be possible today. We'll look at the weather maps that will take us deep into next week and beyond as a couple of cold fronts make a run into, or at least toward, Oklahoma. I'll let you know if they make it. Plus, we'll look at a tropical feature that could end up becoming tropical storm or perhaps even Hurricane Kyle. All of that coming up today, a lot to talk about, so let's head to the maps. As usual, we'll start off with the 500 millibar flow from 12Z this morning, and we have a pretty stout trough moving across the northern Rockies. This is helping to fire up scattered showers and thunderstorms this morning from Minnesota down into portions of Nebraska, and that's going to be the area of, I guess, concern later today for perhaps some severe weather, as this upper trough is going to be moving across the northern and parts of the central plains today. Over the southern plains, not much happening. A ridge of high pressure in control, and then that kind of turns into a broad trough over the eastern United States. But as we go through time, we're going to see this ridge in the south pretty much expand, and so rain chances will be limited. But as this upper trough moves across the northern and central plains, the southern end of this could produce a shower or storm as far south as perhaps northwestern Oklahoma. This is the risk area from the Storm Prediction Center, and a slight risk from eastern North Dakota through Minnesota on into Iowa. And that corresponds with a cold front that will be moving through those regions. Some large hail damaging winds in this area. Notice the general thunderstorm outlook does include portions of north central and northwestern Oklahoma, as the tail end of this cold front will kind of graze this area, perhaps just enough to fire up a storm or two during the course of the afternoon. This is a new graphic that I'm showing here. This is the National Weather Service's WRF model, WRF model, and this is valid 12Z, so 7 a.m. this morning. What we're looking at here are surface winds and simulated radar reflectivity. So this pretty much matches up with what is going on with showers and thunderstorms up across Minnesota. We'll go through time here. We'll jump ahead. This is going to be lunchtime. Notice the westerly winds behind this cold front, and out ahead of it, southerly winds. The longer the arrow represents, the stronger the wind. We'll go out to 0Z, which is 7 o'clock this evening, and you have a fairly solid area of showers and thunderstorms from eastern Minnesota down through central Iowa, through Kansas City, down to Wichita, and then trying to extend into portions of north central and northwestern Oklahoma. You can see the wind shift behind that line. Then as we go ahead to 1 a.m., this would be tomorrow, the line kind of fizzles on out, and then we get to tomorrow morning. The cold front has pushed to just west of Chicago, and then really the winds are so light in Oklahoma that this front's just going to kind of wash on out and not quite make it here. You're used to this graphic. This is the 6Z GFS, and this is 1,000 to 500 millibar thickness, so basically the surface pattern. We'll put this into motion for you, and there you see 12Z this morning out through lunchtime. There is this evening, 7 o'clock. Notice the scattered showers and thunderstorms with that front. Pretty much in the same area that the WRF had, although the GFS does not extend these showers and storms farther to the south until we get to 12Z tomorrow, which does show some light precip across Kansas and far northern sections of Oklahoma. Then we get on into tomorrow evening. The front really kind of weakens as the surface low occludes way to the north up in Kansas, so the southern end of this front just kind of fizzles on out. Pretty strong high pressure just off the Maine coast. That's bringing strong easterly winds into the mid-Atlantic states, and a fair amount of gusty winds and probably some high seas because of those strong winds. As we go through time here, this is Thursday morning on out to Friday morning. And at that point, there's really nothing going on in the Central Plains. All the front has pretty much fizzled on out. We have to watch to the north as the next front begins to develop. And this will be the next front coming in. This is Saturday lunchtime, moving through the Great Lakes. Again, this one will most likely stall out before it ever makes it on into Oklahoma. Going through this fairly quickly now on into next Monday. Some action with what eventually could end up being Tropical Storm or Hurricane Kyle. More on that in a second. But just keep your eye on Oklahoma as we go through next Tuesday. Now, there's a pretty good high that builds into Minnesota, and this does imply that a front has moved through sometime Monday or Tuesday of next week. Right now, it doesn't look like it has much precip with it, but it may trim temperatures for a little bit, but it really looks like the bulk of the cooler air dumps on into the northeastern United States. This is all the way out to Thursday morning, the 2nd of October, so well into the future. We pick up a southerly wind flow from this glancing blow of cooler air, which will likely go on into the eastern United States. Now we're just, we're way out into the future here, and anything can happen on these models. This is Sunday, the 5th of October, and way, way out there. Now we're out to Wednesday, the 8th of October, and that also brings in a cold front, but that's so far out I wouldn't trust its validity at this point. This is the corresponding 500 millibar flow for the 6Z GFS, and I'll go through this fairly quickly, showing this upper trough sliding across the northern plains. This is by 12Z tomorrow, so 7 a.m. tomorrow. Notice how the ridge kind of reinforces itself over the southern plains. Jet stream retreats pretty far to the north. You have this upper low over the southeastern United States, and then what eventually could become Kyle out there in the Pacific. Now we're out to Friday, and we're into the weekend now. This is Sunday morning. Still pretty good ridge over the southern U.S. As we go through time, watch how this trough in the east really begins to strengthen right here as this piece of energy by Monday drops into that eastern U.S. trough. That's the same feature that will probably try to bring a cold front in here Monday or Tuesday of next week, cooling us off. But by far, man, the biggest cooling effects are going to be in the eastern United States. This could even bring snow to portions of the northeast during next week. And then we'll quickly go through time. Here comes another trough. This is way out to Sunday, the 5th of October. That's another shot of colder air into the eastern United States. And this is way out there, but this is the 7th or 8th of October, which brings a pretty good trough in here. Again, if that happens, that would be a big weather maker, but that's so far into the future, I wouldn't bet on it. Let's go ahead and switch gears and look at the tropics. This massive cloudiness you see down here near Puerto Rico and Hispaniola, that is what could be any time now becoming a tropical depression. And if it does organize into a tropical storm, it would become Tropical Storm Kyle. This has been producing a tremendous amount of rain to portions of Puerto Rico and Hispaniola. One report I saw was 24 inches in 24 hours at one unfortunate location. The computer models take it north. In fact, we'll go ahead and look at the what the different tracks are right now. Here's the position of the tropical low right now. You can see the computer models do take it to the north, several of them. A couple of the more trusted models actually bring it into New York and Connecticut. One of the more trusted models takes it just off of Cape Cod and Martha's Vineyard. Not as a super hurricane, but a couple of these do strengthen it to hurricane strength by the end of the week. So it's something we'll keep an eye on. Won't affect Oklahoma whatsoever, but it'll be something fun to watch. So there you have it. That is hardcore weather for today. Even though it's a relatively quiet pattern, there's still plenty of things going on and plenty of things to consider. Of course, I'll have brand new computer model data to look at through the course of the day, so if there are any changes, I'll pass those along to you tonight on Eyewitness News 5 at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. Have a great Tuesday, everyone. We'll meet back here tomorrow and do it all over again. Take care.